Good day and welcome to the Public Company CEO Experience featuring three-time CEO Evan Gappelberg, a comprehensive program designed to educate and inform the investment community around AI-powered 3D modeling and the vast potential this technology holds going forward. Additionally, we will also provide updates and progress reports on recent news and developments at CAD-3D.ai, which trades on the CSE under the ticker NTAR, OTCQX, symbol NEXCF, and Frankfurt, symbol EP2, as well as ARway, which also trades on the CSE under the ticker ARWY, over-the-counter symbol ARWYF, and Frankfurt E65, and Toggle3D, which trades on the CSE under the ticker TGGL. I'm your host, Todd Santarelli, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to our third episode, where Evan will discuss the recent Toggle3D.ai IPO, as well as provide an overview of the company and the market potential moving forward. Important note and update. At the time of this recording, Toggle3D.ai was not listed in the US. As of July 3rd, 2023, Toggle3D.ai is now listed in the US on the OTC pink sheets under the ticker TGGLF, and the company plans to uplist to the OTC QB. Evan Gappelberg is an accomplished entrepreneur with extensive experience in creating, funding, and running pioneering startups. He has global business experience, both as a hands-on CEO and as a public company CEO. He currently serves as the CEO of CAD-3D, ARway, and Toggle3D. Evan attained his capital market expertise in the 1990s while working on Wall Street, funding IPOs. Notably, he was instrumental in funding Take-Two Interactive, which has a market cap of approximately $20 billion US today and trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker TTWO. He started as an entrepreneur while on Wall Street, where he was co-founder and CEO of EG Products, which he self-funded. While CEO, he went to China to set up manufacturing for the first LED light-up toy, which he patented, imported, and distributed globally. He secured licensing deals from Disney, Universal Studios, and others while building a retail national sales channel. He was also co-founder and CEO of an app development company, which created and published over 200 successful apps in both iTunes and Google Play stores. Evan's favorite quote is by Napoleon Hill: "Whatever you can conceive and whatever you can believe, you can achieve." Joining me now is Evan Gappelberg. Evan, welcome back for episode 3, and congratulations on the Toggle3D.ai IPO, which now has the company officially listed and actively trading on the CSE.
Thanks, Todd. Great to be back, and it's a very exciting milestone to get our Toggle3D.ai publicly traded on the Canadian Securities Exchange. Yeah.
Indeed, it's an exciting time for the company. Before we talk about the model, technology, markets, etc., let's begin with why you made the decision to spin out from Nextech3D.ai and what this now means for shareholders of both companies.
Sure. So, there's a lot of thought that goes into these spin-outs, and it's a strategic move to set these companies up for success. Toggle is now a pure play SaaS company, which it would not be if it was part of Nextech. It would be just another one of our portfolio of companies. And so in terms of valuation for our investor base, you get a much, much higher valuation when you do these spin outs and you have pure play public companies. SaaS businesses get a higher valuation than other types of businesses. And so it really is to enhance shareholder value. It's to unlock the potential, unlock the value that's trapped inside of Nextech for our shareholders. And we make sure that our shareholders participate in this. And how do we do that? We give them a free stock dividend. For ARway, it was around 4%. For Toggle3D, it was a 3.6%, I think it was, stock dividend. and that gives them a stake in Toggle3D. But then more importantly, Nextech retains about 50% ownership. So we still own 13 million shares of the Toggle spinout. And prior to Toggle, we've also spun out a company by the name of ARway.ai, which is a spatial computing platform, which plays very, very well with Apple's Vision Pro and Magic Leap and with HoloLens from Microsoft. So we've done this twice now, and each time we've created value. When you look at ARway, it was 100% owned by Nextech. Now it's 50% owned by Nextech. ARway currently has around a $25 million market cap, and half of that is controlled by Nextech. So that's around 12.5 million. And then if you look at Toggle has over a 30 million, roughly $35 million market cap. And again, half of that is still owned by Nextech. So that's, $15-17 million. When you add it up, it's almost $30 million worth of equity for Nextech shareholders in these spinouts. And this is really just the beginning. Like this is, like Toggle's only public for a week or so. ARway's public for the last 8 months. As these businesses start to scale up their revenue and really start to build, those valuations can really skyrocket. And that, again, is going to set Nextech shareholders up for another big benefit. Could be the way, it could be a stock dividend again. It could be that we could dividend out some of those 12 million shares. It could be that we sell some of those 12 million, 13 million shares and, dividend out some cash. Bottom line is lots and lots of benefits to Nextech shareholders by spinning out these public companies. The valuation for Nextech, the valuation for the spinouts only increase over time.
Now, are there any plans in the near term for a dual listing in the States for Toggle?
Absolutely. Toggle, just like ARway, is going to follow the same path. When we spun out ARway, it got spun out on the CSE initially. Within a couple of weeks, it was on the OTC pink sheets. And then within a couple of months, it was on the OTC QB. We're going to do the same thing with Toggle.
Okay, for our new listeners, perhaps you could provide an introduction and overview of Toggle3D.ai.
Sure. Toggle's really the brainchild of our CTO, who's an ex-Apple computer vision guy. And, we basically built a platform that uses generative AI to create not just 3D models out of CAD files, although that is a big part of the platform, but also to be able to create textures for 3D models. So it's groundbreaking technology. It's a SaaS solution, which means, monthly recurring revenue. You pay $29.99. That's the minimum. And it goes up from there a month. And you have access to this platform. It's point and click. There's no learning curve. If you think about Adobe or AutoCAD, any of these legacy platforms that are out there, you need an advanced degree in design or engineering to operate those platforms. With Toggle, it's literally plug and play. You can be up and running, Todd. Anybody listening can be up and running. And by the way, there's a free trial. You could go into Toggle today, sign up, and you get 14 days to tool around and play around with it for free. And then, you would have to convert. But the point is you bring your CAD files in, and CAD files are basically what every manufacturer uses to make their products. So anything on this planet, any product, uses CAD files to manufacture those products, right? These are detailed files that have the size, the dimensions, the shapes, the textures. Everything is in that CAD file to allow the manufacturer to make the product. And so we take those CAD files and we ingest it into Toggle, and Toggle turns those CAD files into lightweight polygon files that can be published onto the web. But along the way, before you publish it, you can apply stunning 4K textures. Textures means, you could take a product and apply a leather texture, a glass texture, a fabric texture, a wood texture, any texture under the sun, any color, just point and click at the product, and like magic, it changes the color and the texture. And then again, like magic, you could seamlessly publish that 3D model in 4K onto the web. We see this as game-changing technology, and it even has an augmented reality component, which helps you with rapid prototyping, where you can see the 3D model in your room. So you can have your manufacturer in China, you're working with them, you're prototyping, and then you're able to take the actual 3D model out of the computer and put it in your room with you as a digital twin, an augmented reality 3D model, to see, is this what I think it is? It's not on a computer anymore, it's in the room with you. And that is extremely powerful for designers, for artists, for marketers, for e-com owners, for manufacturers, to be able to effortlessly convert, texture, customize, and publish onto the web, which is key. You can't do that with a CAD file. These 3D models and experiences, and you don't need any technical or 3D design expertise. We think, Todd, that we're going to disrupt a $160 billion marketplace. We believe Toggle is the first of its kind type of platform, and we think it's going to revolutionize the manufacturing and design industry. It's affordable, it's scalable, it's easy to use. We're super, super excited about it.
Indeed. So let's drill down a little bit more around that. Elaborate a bit more, if you would, on these total addressable markets, as well as the personas or the customers that you've designed this platform for.
So what's interesting about Toggle is it expands the use cases beyond traditional, CAD software or even design software, where again, back to anybody can use it. But if we're trying to put it into a market, if you look at the CGI market, computer generated imaging, which is like gaming, things like that, it has a huge, huge application there. If you look at even the automotive industry, they use CAD files. Like I said, everybody in manufacturing does. Huge use case there. You could prototype and create 3D models of the cars prior to actually building them and seeing, what they look like, changing the textures and the colors. So the opportunity is massive. There really is no limit to the size of this opportunity, but it's in the hundreds of billions of dollars, and it really crosses over from e-commerce to manufacturing to design. So the potential is massive.
So is Toggle a first mover in these markets? And how difficult is it for others to break into this space?
It is a first mover. Again, we're using AI, generative AI, to accelerate this platform and to, so if you think about the existing platforms that are out there, they're not based on AI, they're based on some older tech. And what they're trying to do now is overlay AI onto their legacy tech. This is purpose built, this is built with AI. That is the secret sauce, that is the engine. And so it already has a moat around it because of that AI. We're filing patents. We filed a number of patents, and we're going to be filing more patents to deepen our moat. And when it comes to, customers, we've had 3,000 customers in beta, and they have told us that this is what they have been looking for. And if they've told us, this is what we want you guys to build, we built it. So we spent 6 months in beta working with thousands of customers, building the tech that they've been asking for, that they've been looking for. And now it's live, it's public, and it's starting to scale.
So talk a little bit more about the major trends and shifts you see in this new 3D universe, as well as who the major players or disruptors are in these spaces, and what, if any, competition you have moving forward.
So NVIDIA and Adobe and AutoCAD, those companies are doing amazing things within this space. There's also, a few startups as well, but the market is massive. Let's be clear. There is no one company that's going to just own the whole market. There's enough business out there for everybody to do exceedingly well. And it's never going to end growth. The growth is really as far as the eye can see. Why do I say that? Well, every single product is going 3D. Everything, your desk, your chair, your computer, your couch, your TV, everything is going to have a digital twin, a 3D model. And so if you think about the billions of products that are in the market today, and you think about the billions that are going to be produced over the next, decades, they're all going 3D. So this is a 3D design studio. And so from our perspective, we just see blue sky opportunity for as far as the eye can see. And our specialty really is with CAD files and converting those. And so if you think about those CAD files, there's an existing base of millions of CAD files out there. Again, every product has a CAD file that's ever been made. And so the easiest path for manufacturers to get a 3D model is through Toggle3D, where they just upload the CAD file that they already have. And like magic, using AI, Toggle converts that CAD file, the pre-existing one, into a 3D model that can be textured and published on the web instantly, effortlessly. And it's low cost. Again, $29.99 a month. That's not anything that's going to break anybody's bank. So the opportunity is massive. It's really, a decade long or longer kind of mega trend. And we just see Toggle as this first mover in this space, purpose built. And again, it's just right place, right time. Because, if you go back 5 years, I was talking about 3D models being the future, but it hadn't actually happened yet. Meaning, nobody was actually converting everything to 3D in 2018, 2019, 2020. It really started in 2021 in earnest, and then 2022, and now in 2023, it's really game on. Everybody's looking for 3D model technology, and it's not going to stop. We're still in the first inning, Todd. That's the most exciting part of this is that we're launching Toggle. We've launched it in the first inning of this massive, massive mega trend where everything 2D is going 3D.
So let's address the short-term vision for a moment here. Where do you see Toggle3D.ai 2 to 3 years out?
Well, that's a good question. Things are happening very quickly. We're being approached by major electronics companies that, as I mentioned, have thousands of CAD files that they want to convert. And they're asking us if we can integrate our Toggle platform into their tech stack. And so it could just become like this, back end for manufacturers where we have enterprise deals that are basically driving the business forward with manufacturers where it's, enterprise scale. And then you have individuals that are using the platform and paying that $29.99 or $49.99 SaaS. Over time, over the next 3 years, we expect Toggle to be a standard part of manufacturing, where they manufacture a product using CAD files. They take the CAD, push it through Toggle, and publish the 3D model version on the web. And it's effortless, seamless, painless, and it really is going to transform, I think, the entire online experience, because it's just so easy to scale the production of 3D models online. So we think it's going to help proliferate the 3D model megatrend, and really help to proliferate websites with 3D models.
All right, let's change gears. Leadership, as we know, is an essential consideration when looking at any investment opportunity. What more can you tell us about the present board and management at Toggle3D.ai?
So you have me, Todd, CEO, seasoned exec. We're also tapping a lot of the knowledge base from Nextech. So the people that have built Toggle from the ground up, our CTO is from Apple Computer. They're all tech people. We have a team of AI experts that are building the technology to keep driving this forward. We're actually hiring a growth hacker who's going to be tasked with converting the hundreds of thousands or millions of signups over the next couple of years into paying customers. So, we're still actually even building the team and hiring, but the team that's there is really focused on the tech and making sure it's rock solid and market ready, which it is. And so from my standpoint, it's really just about staying the course with the current team and adding some new superstars.
Okay, so briefly in closing, let's recap. Why should investors consider a long-term position in Toggle3D.ai?
Toggle is a potential rocket ship that, when you think of SaaS, again, it's, $29.99, $39.99, $49 a month. And you think of those types of platforms like Figma, which was acquired for, I think it was $28 billion by Adobe. I mean, that was just a SaaS platform a couple of years ago that took off. And there's tons and tons of stories of SaaS platforms that turn into multi-billion-dollar businesses virtually overnight. We think Toggle is the next one to do that. And we're putting our money where our mouths are, meaning we're invested. I have written checks and invested in Toggle. Our CTO has written checks, invested in Toggle. Our CFO, everybody's fully invested. We're putting our money where our mouth is, Todd. We're not just saying to investors, hey, put your money in. We're all in. I'm a major shareholder, and I'm super excited about Toggle. And if you believe in 3D, Toggle has a spot in your portfolio.
Evan, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. I look forward to catching up with you on episode 4.
Thank you, Todd.
During today's episode, Evan referenced Nextech3D.ai and ARway.ai several times. You can learn more about these companies in our previous episodes. And don't miss our next episode, the Public Company CEO Experience, featuring 3-time CEO Evan Gappelberg, is available on our website, as well as your favorite podcast platform. And follow us on social for alerts and updates as new episodes go live. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to welcoming you back on our next episode.